Okay. Is it working now? I hate technology. Okay. Is it? Oh, I think it's going to work. Okay. So let me see if it's working. Testing, testing. I can see the comment box this time. Yes. There we go. I think it's working. So tell me if it's working. Can anybody make a comment? If you can make a comment, try making a comment. Let's see if it'll actually work this time. For those of you who don't know what's going on, I just did like 3 minutes of a live video where nothing. Yay! It's working! Yay! It doesn't tell me who's watching. The old version used to tell me who's watching, so that makes me feel like I'm talking to myself. So if you are watching, go ahead and comment and let me know that you're here, so that I know that I'm not talking to myself, because I don't want to be talking to myself right now. Um, the whole purpose of this is so I'm not talking to myself, so I'm actually talking to people, other adults, preferably, though. I don't think there are any children in my things. Oh, yay! See, Shauna can talk. She says she loves my earrings. Thank you. These are one of my favorite pairs of earrings, and they're like made of glass or porcelain, but they're really light. Like I barely notice when I'm wearing them, which is kind of weird. Hi, David. Um, Mom, if you're still watching, that's David, who really is Dad. I think I've told you about, maybe you are talking to yourself, maybe I am. I've told you about one of my readers who is a lot like my dad. He is like my dad's personality, like 100%. And they've even done a lot of the same stuff. So anyway, so that's him right there. Sorry, David, to put you on the spot right there. Okay, so let's give everybody a couple more minutes to get in here. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I've got my questions here set up. So let's see okay, so here are the questions that I'm going to be asking, and then you guys can answer. Let's see. Creepiness, too much, not enough, was it expected? That's the first question. Second, horror, did you catch the horror themes? Did you notice any themes from other stories or books? And then how does the horror level compare to other fantasy stories? Is it too much, etc., not enough? Let's see, how did it compare to other books? Characters, who was your favorite and why? And we are talking, like I said, about Discern, Mosaic Chronicles, Book 1. Who was your favorite character and why in this book? And then I can talk about characters. Let's see, I'm making comments. I'll talk about characters. Magic, which magic system is your favorite from the elements? If you had to choose an elemental magic, which would it be? I don't even know how I'd answer that one. And then last but not least, any questions about the book itself. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to give everybody a little bit more time to come. And oh, there's people commenting. She needs 2 dads. That's so funny, David. He says, no problem, daughter. I mean, author. That's hilarious. Yes, I need 2 dads, apparently. There, I'm commenting. Let's see. Go back. Yes, this is actually working. Look, I can actually comment, and people can actually comment too. This is awesome. Anyway, okay. So my poor mom, I'm going to put my mom on the spot. She's one of those lucky people who, if she got the coronavirus, it would probably completely wipe her out, and not in good ways. She's got, lots of health issues she's dealing with. I'm not gonna name them out, but she's got, let's see, diabetes and asthma, and should I go on, Mom? Anyway, so she's under quarantine, even stricter than the quarantine we've been under. Our quarantine has been, my husband's been allowed to go out for work, and we have been allowed to go outside of the house. Like, we go to the park. Well, we don't anymore, just because you don't know who's been playing on the playground equipment. But yeah, so she doesn't do anything. She's not allowed to do anything, and so I think she likes people enough to come and join us. Okay, so just waiting for more people to come. Once more people come in, then I'll go ahead and we'll officially begin, and I'll ask those questions officially. But just, I wanted to give you advance notice that those were coming. And I did just finish a podcast, so my voice is already kind of tired. I'm going to mute my microphone and take a drink. Ready, set, go. Unmuted. Okay, shall we begin? I don't want this to take like hours and hours every day, because my voice will get shot, but I do need one-on-one adult time. So the book that we're talking about is called Discern, Mosaic Chronicles, Book 1. How many of you have read this book? Go ahead and answer in the comment section. Ready, set, go. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. We just are not good enough for the like of us. We'll get there. We'll get there. I'm going to go ahead and open up the description on Amazon so I can read that for those who have not read this book. I don't know why I'm saying book so much. That's kind of annoying. So if you have read this book, comment in there and let me know. I don't know how to spell my name. Let's see. So I'm going to tell you guys right now. Right now, on Wednesday, I am doing a promotion that I've never done before. I'm discounting every single book I've written, not including a couple of other things, a couple of books. So the two books that are not getting discounted, as far as I know, are Evening Storm and Twilight Rogue. And the reason I'm not discounting those is because they are new releases and I don't want to punish people who paid full price for those. And so that's just my usual philosophy. I don't like to discount something for 6 months to a year after releasing it, just because I don't want people to feel like they bought it at full price and then they get burned because I put it on promotion really quickly after that. So on Wednesday, pretty much every book I've ever written is going to be either 99 cents or free. And that'll be the case until, it'll gradually go up in price until the following Tuesday. So, okay, so David says he's read it. Shauna says I'm a homebody anyway, besides COVID, but yes, I have diabetes as well, and hopefully this quarantine stuff. Yeah, so hopefully it helps. The quarantine stuff will help. She says she's read it, just not recently. I haven't read it recently either. Okay, so it's basically Discern is about an 18-year-old who she's magical, but she hasn't been able to access her powers. And so this book is about her trying to discover her magical abilities while also competing to be included in a university or academy-led expedition to Arches National Park, where people have been going missing. And it is kind of creepy, and I had a lot of fun with it. So let's go ahead and discuss the book. So how's the creepiness level? Mom, how creepy was this for you? You loved the spiders, right? Yeah, the creepiness level. Was it too much? Was it not enough? Was it expected? Go ahead and comment below, and I'm going to, let's see, who already answered the creepiness question. Let's see. Okay. We've got some answers on the horror aspect. My mom said no. I don't remember what I asked you. You loved the spiders. She loved the spiders. My mom loves spiders so much. They're her favorite animals in the world. I'm being sarcastic about that. But too creepy. She says it's too creepy, but you know me. I do know you. Let's see. So any creepiness comments? I've got horror answers. No creepiness. So creepiness, not enough, too much, was expected. One reader that, one of my initial readers did tell me that the creepiness was unexpected. She liked it, but she hadn't expected it to be creepy. And I worried for a little while that would put off readers, but from what I've heard from other readers is it has not. And the book it has done exceptionally well, and it's got a ton of 5-star reviews, which, by the way, for this promotion that's coming up this week, I went through and calculated how many 5-star reviews I have, and I've got over 2,700 on my books, my main books. That made me really happy. I was like, yay, cool. Okay, so Shauna says the creepiness is a page grabber as well. It kept me enthralled. That's awesome. That's really good. The creepiness are like spiders. I put spiders in there, and what else did I put in there? Cannibals. I'm trying to remember the book. Let's see. When was the last time I even read it? It's been a little while. David says the creepiness is good, but I like such things. Yeah, I think that's going to be accurate for most of my readers, except for my mom. My mom, she hasn't read any of my books for a while because they're a little too intense for her. She has read my romances, though. Okay, so let's go ahead and go on to the next question. And those of you who are listening, and I know I can't catch everybody right now because not everybody's time zones are the same, and we all have different schedules and things like that. So go ahead and answer the questions below when you when you get on. But horror, did you catch the horror themes? Did you notice any themes from other stories or books? And how did this one compare to other books? Let's see. David, Shauna says it's just right on horror level. David said, I like the horror level. It was less so than a lot of others. I have a high level for that sort of thing. So the one thing about horror that struck me, I absolutely dislike horror books. Like I won't read Stephen King. I've never read any of his books. I struggle with like ghost stories, which is ironic given Lizzie is that, she communicates and works with ghosts. But you've read my books. My ghost stories aren't like the typical ghost stories. But I have a hard time with gore. I don't appreciate gore. It doesn't scare me. It just annoys me. And then I don't really like really, really horror stuff. I prefer happy endings, My mom, I got a little bit of her in me too. But I do like some horror. And one thing about horror that people don't acknowledge very often is most fantasy is high on the horror elements. Harry Potter has a whole lot of horror in it, and Twilight, it's horror. It's paranormal romance. Paranormal romance is horror with romantic elements. And so that was something that in the beginning I actually advertised Mosaic Chronicles as a horror story, but once I started working around readers, I found that they did not like those who liked horror didn't think my books were horror enough, and those who did not like horror loved my books. And I was like, but they're basically horror. They're not like today's horror. I don't know if you guys know who H.P. Lovecraft is, but a lot of you'll read my stories and you'll recognize themes from his books in my stories. And his stuff is just like modern fantasy today. Okay, so David says, I've got a bit of a fear of spiders, but I haven't had to deal with them when I read. You haven't had to deal with your fear of spiders when you read? Or just spiders in general? Because there's a lot of spiders in this series. Okay, so who is your favorite character and why? Who is your favorite character and why? And I'll give you guys a little bit of a chance to answer while I take another drink because I am parched. Likes drinking on camera. Can you tell I'm socially deprived right now? I'm like, there's people. I can talk to people. So who is your favorite character? Who's your favorite character? If you remember the characters, raise your hand. I remember them because I use them so much in my whole books. By the way, Ivy, my 7-year-old, come on, focus, focus. Focus, 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 focus. It's not focusing. Anyway, you can tell what it is, right? A cute little heart. She left this on my desk for me. It's like, thank you. Oh my goodness. Somebody just sent me a forward and it popped up here. That's annoying. Anyway, who is your favorite character, David? Who's your favorite character? Mom. If you know, you remember any of the characters. Everybody, who's your favorite character? I'll tell you who my favorite characters are while you guys are thinking about that. I actually like Judith Ann. She's a brat, but it's fun to write a good mean girl, a good mean character. And I like Professor Coolidge. I mean, there's a reason Coolidge has been in pretty much every series I've written. There is a reason. I mean, besides the little side series like the Ranches Academy series and things like that. Let's see. David says, hitting the sauce early. It is water. I feel guilty drinking out of a water bottle right now while everybody has. I mean, this was because I had to run some errands today. I ran errands to give gifts to family members from our cute little children who are socially deprived right now too. And I was like, I need water fast. And so I'm like justifying having water. I feel really bad that I have to justify having a water bottle. But I usually just drink out of kitchen tap. I like the tap water here. Okay, no, you're not. Let's see. David Bibb's favorite character is Lizzie. Shauna says, I don't really have a favorite. I just love the book. And my mom says, Judith Ann. I like him too, Coolidge. Yeah, I don't generally have favorite characters in books, but I don't know why. Just Professor Coolidge. Maybe it's because he went off to the Clinic Chronicles where he was a math teacher. And then we find out he's in the Arate universe, and he's actually a very powerful person there. I had a lot of fun creating him. Let's see. I'm running out of steam already. Okay, let's see. Magic. Which magic system is your favorite from the elements? So if you had to be an Arate, which type would you be? Would you be earth, water, wind, or fire? Which one would you be? Ready, set, go. Trying to think how I'd answer this one. Let's see. Trying to think. I don't know. I like the fire. Honestly, I've had a lot of fun working with Lizzie's abilities. Her powers are kind of fun with, the fire impeder powers, stopping bullets and bombs and explosions and stuff like that and wildfires. That hair is driving me nuts. Let's see. David says Coolidge is also good. Yeah, he's pretty cool. My mom says fire. I don't know. Earth would be cool too. Being able to, if you're the right kind of Earth Arte, you could build a house without any help. You could break, move mountains, things like that. Shauna says fire. David says fire, definitely fire. I could get those spiders. That would make my mom happy. But you know what? Spiders would die if you drowned them. And if you put a lot of dirt on them, they would eventually die. If you put the right amount of dirt, they would get squished to death. But yeah, fire's just interesting. I think fire it's powerful, it's dangerous, it's scary, and yeah, it's kind of fun. Let's see. Can you guys see the strobe light? My little light is slowly dying. It died. Okay. Anyway, okay, so that's pretty much all the questions I had. I'm going to turn it back to you guys. Do you guys have any questions for me about the book or just in general? Anything you guys want to ask? Go ahead and post those, and then I will make sure to let you know. They crawl out too often. They do. Yes, spiders are gross. They are. I actually don't mind spiders. As long as they're not near me. I don't care if they're in the same room with me. It doesn't really creep me out. If they're in my space, then I don't like them. I will get rid of them if they're like on my desk or something like that. But if they're in the same room with me, I generally just ignore them. Maybe it's because I was raised by my mom, so I'm like the antithesis of her. Yeah, so if you have any questions, go ahead and post them. And those of you guys who will be watching the YouTube video, post your questions below as well, and I will get to those on YouTube. Questions about anything about Discern, about the series, about life in general. What is the answer to life, the universe, and everything? That's my question for you guys. Let's see how long I can be silent. It's been 10 seconds. I want 10 seconds. Anyway, so if you have no questions for me, then you can post them below and I will come back to them later. Yeah, so what we're doing for these, we'll be doing Praxis Novellas on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. And if you can't tell, it's not going to be exactly right on. It's really hard to time kids' schedules and things like that, especially with a podcast that sometimes goes over and sometimes goes under, depending on what questions we're asking our guests and things like that. But yeah, so Discern today, and then on Thursday it's going to be Praxis Novellas, which is Focus and Focus and the Manor and the Angel. Right? Is that what it is? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. I can't ever remember my own book titles. Have you read the Libromancer books? I have not. You have to ask me questions I know the answers to. It's like the movie Clueless, if you've seen it. The chick hits her head and she's like, like loopy, and the guy's like, what's 7 times 7? And Cher, the main girl's like, don't ask her questions. Ask her questions she knows the answers to. Anyway, yeah, so let's see. So Thursday, we'll get together on Thursday. Be thinking about Praxis Novellas so that I'm not talking to myself the whole time. And thank you for participating. Yeah, like I said, go ahead and comment below if you have any questions, if you're watching the YouTube video, or if you're watching this after the recording has ended. And go ahead and answer those questions, and I will get to them as soon as I can. And I will talk to you all later on Thursday. Goodbye. I am going to see if I can figure out how to end this and live video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. And choose to end.